Hi guys, Stan from Valhalla Games. So, I just wanted to share with you what I got in the mail yesterday. Great early arrival of War Games Illustrated, the new edition. Might not be early for some people, but considering I'm in New Zealand, I was pretty amazed that I got that early. Of course, one thing we did get in the packet was a free sprue, and I wanted to share with you the sprue that I got, because I am absolutely happy about it, because I got the sprue that I wanted to get, the British Commonwealth Infantry sprue. So this is a fantastic cooperation between War Games Illustrated and Warlord Games to basically continue to get out free sprues of their games and new figures and stuff like that. I think it's a fantastic thing. Definitely adds value to the purchase. It's no surprise to me whatsoever that they're selling out. One thing I do note is that the content in this month's War Games Illustrated in itself is fantastic. There is some great coverage. The feature theme is interwar between World Wars 1 and 2. There's some great stuff in there. Sci-fi stuff going with Judge Dredd. We have got some really good information on where you can find interwar period miniatures, which is great in itself. My favourite article though, and by far the one I was looking forward to the most, is Sam from Down Order podcast. His article on creating a Fallschirmjäger army for use in the Mediterranean, obviously of use to myself and Rex. I really enjoyed it. What it comes down to basically is a few tips and tricks describing what smocks and dress and that should look like. Some fantastic images there from Osprey books with explanations. And I note at the top that Sam had got his hands on some Here 46 Fallschirmjäger in Italy range miniatures, and did some really good sharing of the images and sizes and stuff like that, as well as talking about the Tropical Warlord minis, and Perry's ranges, as well as others. So yeah, brilliant article by Sam. Really great for anyone wanting to get into that. There's some really interesting stuff in there about the interwar as well. The Polish-Soviet War in here. There's also coverage of the start of the Winter War as well in there too, and how it started. So all interesting stuff. And one thing I do note as well is that in the little coming articles for next month, if I have a look at the bottom there, those magic words, plus another free plastic frame on next month's cover. So yeah, top tip, if you've got a place, get an order in, get it sourced so you can get it. But anyway, back to the frames which I got. So first of all, I really wanted to go into some more detail on this for you guys, because I, for one, have been frustrated with the sort of partial pictures of frames from Warlord, and basically not covering all the information that was included in there, which I thought was a disservice to their own product, really. And I'll turn it this way, you can probably see it a bit better. So basically, the first thing I want to do is I want to compare it to the plastic British 8th Army sprue. So on top here we've got the, on screen now, we've got the Commonwealth Infantry sprue, the new one. I just superimpose that on top of the other one, and you can pretty much see it is the exact frame, with the exception of the heads at the top. So that was a wee bit surprising, because obviously I don't know much about, you know, mass producing sprues and stuff like that, but I imagine they were going to be doing a miniature sprue and then including it in the frame, the frame into the box, maybe as an upgrade, so you got like the full 8th Army with the other heads, and therefore it cost more. So it was interesting to me to see that they've actually changed out the head part of the actual sprue themselves. So I'm guessing it turned out to be economical, and yeah, so well done to them, and thanks very much for that. So again, for anyone who hasn't seen the frame as a whole, if I zoom in like this, it is the same as the 8th Army, but of course some of you out there might not have seen that, so let's not miss the opportunity to share it with you. We've got everything from 2-inch mortars through to the anti-tank rifles, the supporting arms. We've got the Thompson SMGs, the early ones. We've got all your arms and a couple of different types of Bren guns. One for the prone position, and one for a guy carrying it. All that sort of good stuff. Now, here's where the sprues differ, because the original 8th Army frame, of course, has the heads that have got helmets, but have also got Tamoshandas or TOSs. Tilt it back like that so you guys can see it a bit better. And also contains the Indian heads as well. So at the time, it looked fantastic frame, really good. You can see pictures on the website of Rex having painted up some of his test models. But at the time, you know, helmets are a lot of use there, but I felt like we were really limiting the sprue. I mean, if you wanted to do helmeted guys, you only had 6 odd helmets on there, which is great because you only got 6 bodies, but you start repeating really quick. But what I want to do is I want to zoom in on this, and these are the new Commonwealth Infantry heads. So let's go on a bit closer if we can. There you go. First things, of course, we've got the Aussies with their slouch hats. We go into Special Forces in there. Suitable for guys wearing a regular dress, so your long range desert group LRDG, maybe some commandos and stuff like that as well, because we have got some beanie hats and stuff like that. Plenty of goggles on them too. Going across, continuation of that. Guys at the bottom with barrows, look, they've got a round cap badge on them. So again, suitable for LRDG in barrows, but suitable for a lot of forces as well. All you have to do is simply a wee scrape with a knife, and suddenly you could be painting a cap badge on there for parachute regiment guys or other airborne or whoever else is wearing a beret, basically. Going across, right, so the middle of the screen now, you can see the thing that I'm happy about. So finally, I haven't seen anywhere else. I don't know why it's taken so long. But I'm probably wrong. There's probably a million of them out there, so don't forget to tell me. But yeah, the 2 guys at the top and the middle. Look, it's great to see some lemon squeezer hats, which was the hat worn by the New Zealand Army. Now, it has to be said that New Zealand soldiers weren't fond of wearing it into combat. So steel helmet basically is by far the best thing, but it's nice just to have 1 or 2 to spice up your units. Maybe caught out in a probe by the enemy and didn't have time to retrieve the helmet, or maybe the helmet was battle damaged and they've, you know, the steel, the tin's been turned inwards and so it's unwearable, or whatever the case is. Just do what you got to do in such situations. But the one on the left is definitely fairly LRDG-esque. You can probably see the goggles on that one, as well as the beard. Water always being scarce. Of course, the men were told to shave, but there can be times in conventional units as well that they just simply did not have the water to waste to shave. But I would say it's more of an LRDG-esque head, but the one on the right is fantastic for any time. We've got the guys in the pressed fibre helmets as well, known as pith helmets to a lot of people. Of course, it can be made from any sort of fibre like that. There's a huge array of it, and fibre and cork and stuff like that. Scrolling across, focusing on the guys in the bottom. I'll quickly take this away and flip it around so we can see the back as well. The guys in the fibre helmets, they are moulded in line with the sprue. So here we go. I'm going to murder the name of that native headdress there. So I won't even try and pronounce it, the one that the LRDG or SAS guys are wearing. But look, it is fantastic. We see it from the side there. You can see there's a lot of depth in that, very flowing. And the slouch hats are fantastic as well. A lot of little waverings in the brim, you know, a little bit irregular. Same with the lemon squeezes. A brim that wide, they always were getting dents and bends and folds and that in them. Really realistic. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. It's the same great frame as the 8th Army, but you're getting a whole lot of new different heads. And to be honest, for me, somehow managing to acquire some of these lemon squeezer helmets, lemon squeezer hats, I only need 3 or 4 of them. So anybody out there who's not using them, let me know, and if I'm not using something, I can swap them to you. We can work something out for the postage. It should be the same there and back to wherever we're sending them from. But you know, you only need 3 or 4 of these things to make the theme up. So I can't recommend getting this War Games Illustrated enough because of that frame, but also the content in it is really good. Some really good contributing authors there as well. Well done, Sam, for another feature in the magazine. So yep, go and buy it. Support Warlord, support War Games Illustrated, and yeah, enjoy it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the first, what I think are some of the first shots of the Commonwealth Infantry Sprues heads in detail, because there seems to be a little bit of information lacking out there about them. So yeah, just wanted to share that and wanted to allay the fears of any New Zealand army builders out there like myself who are beginning to wonder where these New Zealand heads were, because we hadn't seen any images out there yet. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch up with you soon.